Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we are getting close to having our mineral region completely tapped out, as well as this oil region over here. Now if I pop open our natural resources view again, which it kind of already was, but I had closed this window for some reason, we can see that we still have a fair amount of oil and ore available. Now I think that's all of the oil and ore on the map, not within our city limits. So we have this ore section over here that's completely untapped. We're not going to be able to access this ore up here or this oil over here. And we can access most of this oil, which is still mostly untapped. So we still have several regions to extract all of the resources out of. But for now, I just want to check how our traffic over here is doing. And I'm mostly concerned about this interchange here. I feel like it's not really up to standards, or rather, it's up to standards, but it's not really up to scratch for what it needs to do. And I don't really know how to address it just yet, so I'm gonna have to give this some thought, and we'll have to see what we can come up with. This over here seems to be working very well for what it's doing. And this highway is not in extreme use currently. Now, a lot of that is probably because there's not a lot to go to over here as opposed to over here. And we can start expanding out in this direction. So we can just extend this one-way road out over to something like right about here-ish. Actually, I'm going to take it back a little bit. And then we can build in this one way, like that. Now, of course, this did knock out this power line. That's fine. Take that in like so, and this in to the same point. Excellent. This can just bridge over and come to about right here. That'll be fine. And then we'll bring this down to ground level. Something like this. And then this down to ground level at the same point. Of course, this will need to be switched in its directionality. There we go. And then this will be brought straight out to right here. And this to right here. Now, a lot of this is going to remain empty for right now. We're going to need to build some side streets, but what we're more interested in right now is encapsulating this region, which will look kind of like... Actually, we can straight line this, I think. I'd love to have it connecting in right up here. Like, here would be basically ideal. So maybe if we take this section out, we can curve that in. Well, I kind of hate it. I'd like to keep this road straight. And then this would ideally connect in over here. I wonder. If we were to do that, bring this back, that can connect in like so. We can take this section completely out. This would need to be curve tool, because I just want to follow the outline of this region here. We're gonna have to, I think, come over like this, and then come up like that. Now that's giving us slope too steep to connect in here, which is probably because this is a bridge right here, but that's okay. Can bring in a road over this way. Yeah, that would be ideal. I guess we can take this section out for right now. Distance too short. What? Okay, but that works fine. You know what? Whatever. And then a road that just encapsulates this area up over here. Kind of like this. And then just comes down pretty much like that. And then that creates this ore area. I just want to double check in here. Yeah, that's about right. Excellent. So now we need to do these connections. And the question is, how are we going to manage to do that? Well, we can do that as is. We can do that and flip these around. Like so, and that works just fine. This section over here is definitely going to be needing a road through, like, here. Well, through, like, here-ish. It's going to be slightly awkward. But anyway, we need to connect this here, and this here. That works perfectly. This just connects in straight like that. And then we want a road coming out over this way, kind of like that, but more like this. That'll do. And then a road coming up through here. Close enough. I don't like these angle snaps, or these attachment point snaps, maybe? I'm going to turn off the snapping and see what we can do. Oh, that's so much better. Fantastic. Something like that. Like that. And then I suppose we could just do like that, or come down over this way. Now, space is already occupied by this lighthouse. We'll get rid of it. Who needs a lighthouse anyway? We don't have any boats around here. I don't know what you're talking about. There are no boats. None. I'm sure they'll be fine. So we need to connect up over this way, like so, and I can turn snapping back on at this point, actually, and get rid of this, and try that one again with snapping. There we go. Excellent. Bring this out to here, and this slightly up higher. There we go. Perfect. Then that road would connect in just like that. Now we don't have a lot for vertical roads here. And we probably want to have a set of one-ways doing something like that space already occupied. Somewhere like here, I think, would be basically ideal. So then this road would connect down. This is a slight problem, and we can get rid of this section because I think this vertical connection is slightly more important. That can connect in like that, and that can connect in like that. That'll do. And then, of course, we would need another one here. We have a slight issue here. We get rid of that because this joins into the one way like that. But can we connect this into the actual intersection? Yes, perfect. Much more symmetrical. I like it. And then we run this northward, but we're getting space already occupied from this little connection here for some reason. So I guess we'll take that out. And we'll go up to there. Excellent. Now this is going to be a little bit more tedious going this way because I don't actually know where it connects in at. Up over this way. But it's something kind of like this. And in fact, we should probably get rid of this section here. Place it in right there. Can we connect this? That slope too steep right there. Maybe if we were to curve it like that. Yeah, that works. Then all we need to do is address this situation, and for that, I think we just extend this road straight out to connect in over here. It's going to have to curve through here, there's going to be a small gap there, but overall, I think that's fine. Excellent. So of course we are going to need to bring this power line over this way. We'll do something kind of like that. And then connect it like that. Excellent. This section of power can be removed temporarily. And then we need to decide where over here do we want our cargo hub to be, because there definitely needs to be one. And I'm thinking that we probably want to place it somewhere like over here-ish? Or maybe placing it like right here. Be a little awkward. One thing we could do is we could, in theory, take this section out like this. And then we put the cargo hub in right here. We're also going to have to get rid of, if I can get out of that, we're also going to have to get rid of this little bit just to make sure it fits. And then the cargo hub would go basically there. This is going to get a little bit wonky, but actually, that's really not bad. I really wish we could connect here. Alas, we cannot. I'd really like to connect in here, but here is the best we can do. It's kind of disgusting, but I guess that's what we got. We are going to have to extend our rail line as well to this region. So I think we'll bring this over here. Like, we can't do a four-way connection. Or, can we do an intersection like this? Apparently we can. But I don't want to. Instead, I'm going to have it branch off over this way. And ooh, that's a nice curve. Just by default. I like it. And then this is going to need to curve back up over here. And then it's going to need to branch a couple of different ways. So we'll have it connect in over here. And I'd like it to curve like this. Giving space already occupied. Okay. Like that. And like that. That'll do. Excellent. Now, of course, this is going to need water and power, so we'll have to extend our heat pipes. First heat pipe comes over this way, and over this way, and then we extend from there as needed. So, I believe a heat pipe here is fine. I don't think this gap is going to cause us any issues. At least I hope it doesn't. And then I want to extend this out like so, and so. And then this like so. And we'll just basically do it like that. So that gives this whole section water coverage, except for over here, which would need to be brought down kind of like this, and like this. This is not quite straight, and I hate it. So we're going to try that again. Okay, let's make sure that this is straight this time. Technically, it's not straight here. Actually, close enough. Okay, so that gives us water to this area. Now we need power. We can just run this power line along over here for now. And this cargo hub is not going to see very much usage just yet. That's fine. Excellent. These boats appear to be a bit confused about the new rail tracks that we suddenly put in. They're just clipping right on through everything. I'm sure they'll get this figured out. Yeah, they've got it sorted. Maybe. Excellent. Technically, I suppose we could get rid of this rail track, but I'm not going to. It seems to be fine. We are going to need to create a district over here, and the district will be basically this. Pretty much exactly like that. Fill this in. Excellent. And this will be marked as an oil district. There we go. We have a garbage issue brewing, apparently. Some garbage not being picked up over there. No other garbage issues in the city, so that indicates that we probably need another waste transfer facility. Our processing appears to be fine. So I'm going to put up another transfer facility right there. I mean, technically this one's only utilizing 7 trucks. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question why no one is picking up the trash. We have plenty of garbage trucks. They're just not being used. We also have some garbage issues off over this way, and that makes a little bit more sense. We could use a waste transfer facility probably somewhere over here, or ideally, like right up over here. Maybe we put it in here? I don't think we need this power line anymore, do we? Like, this section can definitely be removed. Yeah, that power line can definitely be taken out. Excellent. There we go. We're not quite plowing all of these areas, so we should probably double check that. I think we have plenty of snow plows, but they're just not they're not quite getting everywhere they need to go just yet. It'll take some time for them to get there. And maybe we could use an additional plow service off over this way. Like, we could put one in... It's exciting. We could put one in over here. Making it the oldest form of recycling. And we're going to need power to it, so something like that. Embrace the power there we go. Of bones. Excellent.
As I go around the city, I see people doing so many interesting things. Driving,
and
walking,
we need some plows over here, but it looks like it's being taken care of. Fantastic. So, how are we doing on our oil extraction up over here? Very well. We are almost done with this oil field. So at a certain point, do we, once this gets run out, do we want to change this from an oil district to just a regular industrial district? Like generic industry? Maybe. We're not quite to that point yet. Is the one that you're afraid to take outside. But we'll get there. Only the best. Now, how is our traffic doing over here? Yeah, not great. I still need to come up with a better solution to what we've got going on here. A more complete solution. They're heavily utilizing this cargo train terminal. And and they're not so much utilizing this cargo hub over here. We may want to think about putting in a second cargo train terminal over in this region. So essentially it would be right here. This would connect in basically over here. I'll use the curve tool. Okay, that's giving space already occupied. I mean, it could connect in like that, in theory. And then we can go underground and branch off one over this way. Bring it down over here, and then connect it in up here. Bring it back above ground, like that. Okay, so we need water over here. I'm just hoping... Really? That's not connected? Okay. I'm just hoping that this will relieve some of the stress off of this cargo train terminal, which would be awful nice. And this highway is currently not relieving much stress from over here, but that's fine. That will change. We have a small residential demand, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in and remove that section of power line. Is this power line even necessary? No, it's really not. We'll get rid of this whole power line here. Which will allow us to zone a lot more things. We need industrial over here. We need commercial over here. And dense residential over here. There we go. Excellent. Well, that should be plenty of residential for this region. And then this over here can continue to be residential, really. And then we just build in some roads like so. Of course, we are having some terrain issues here. This is fine. This down here would continue to be residential, like so. And yeah, there are some gaps here, but that's because we have some pretty steep hills in this region. It looks like we have a crime issue off over this way. So we could put a police station right over here. That would be fine. Excellent. Well, how goes our oil extraction over here? We almost have this dealt with. Fantastic. We are, of course, going to expand over here and over here. And we need to expand our highway off this way. To do that, we are going to need to move this cargo hub. But I think we'll move the cargo hub once this is tapped out over here, and we need to expand over this way. Because this is going to be a relatively big project. We're going to have to find a new home for the cargo hub, reroute all of our rail lines that are in this region, send over the highway, and then start building a new infrastructure over here. But that's not really a thing we need to be too concerned about right now. I'm slightly concerned about the fire in our oil district, but it appears to be under control. Maybe. The fire helicopter's on the job. Okay, it's under control. Excellent. So this cargo station, or cargo hub rather, is not necessarily the preferred one. They're about even there. But I definitely think that this should be moved at least to here. Yeah, that's probably for the best. And then we can clean up this mess. Which would be ideal. I do want to check on this over here. Is this cargo train terminal seeing much use? Not currently. They're still preferring to use this one very heavily. Okay. Waste transfer facility is full. So we need a waste processing facility? Are we having issues with those? No, and they're not using all their waste transfer trucks. I don't know why our garbage trucks are not being properly deployed. Also, I just built this. Well, I guess we need to build another processor. Which we could, in theory, do down over here. That'll do. Not enough water. Yeah, that would be a thing. We'll go ahead and extend this over to here, like that, and that should solve that issue. Okay. Apparently we are awaiting dead people to be picked up over this way. How are we doing on our death care? I mean, we've got morgues literally right next door, but all hearses are currently in use. Actually, technically, they're crematoriums. All hearses are currently in use. We don't have a processing issue with the death care, but rather a collection issue. Okay. We can put down a couple more crematoriums. That's not a big deal. We can put one down over here, as well as perhaps one in this region. There we go. Excellent. And with that, it is time to put a cut in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to continue strip mining this region. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.